After 3 decades of service, are the 400 air mules truly destined to become a bittersweet dilemma, too valuable to discard yet lacking in practical utility? Since the 1990s, China has continuously procured over 400 Mi-17 series helicopters to address urgent operational needs, establishing the world's second-largest user base after Russia. These iron-winged eagles have long served as the backbone of the Army Aviation Corps, playing a crucial role in key areas such as the People's Armed Police's counter-terrorism operations and the Air Force's search and rescue missions, profoundly shaping the development trajectory of China's helicopter forces. Behind the rise of these high-altitude eagles lies a unique chapter in Sino-Russian technical cooperation. In the late 1990s, faced with the harsh flight conditions of the Qinghai Tibet Plateau, China innovatively adopted a joint development model, where China provided the requirements and funding, while Russia contributed the technology. The Russian side specifically developed the VK-2500-02 engine, which increased power by 20% and added the Sapphire auxiliary power unit, enabling the Mi-17 V7 to fly freely at an altitude of 6,000 meters, a capability that was not surpassed by domestic models until the Zhi-8G flew over Mount Everest in 2015. It is precisely this targeted deep modification that has made the Mi-17 series the lifeline for safeguarding the snow-covered border regions. However, the wheels of time keep turning. Domestic models like the Zhi-8L wide-body helicopter are steadily increasing in numbers. With their avionics systems, composite material applications, and battlefield survivability already fully surpassing the Mi-17 series, while maintaining comparable payload capacity. As one rises and the other falls, the cost-effectiveness of the Mi-17 has dimmed. Its role in the current operational system is rapidly shrinking, and its future prospects are increasingly constrained. The tricky part is that approximately half of the Mi-17 airframes have remaining service lives exceeding 5,000 hours. Forcing their early retirement would amount to significant resource waste. How to maximize the remaining value of these veterans has become an urgent priority. Modification is almost the only option, but where should the path lead? At one point, the Army Aviation Corps attempted to retrofit some Mi-17s with rocket pods, aiming to create an armed transport variant. However, practical exercises exposed fatal flaws. Pilots manually aiming rockets in unprotected cockpits resulted in dispersion accuracy akin to scattering flowers from the sky. Worse still, the added 57mm rocket pods shifted the aircraft's center of gravity forward, leading to frequent loss of control during evasive maneuvers. The fundamental issue lies in the Mi-17's massive frame and cumbersome maneuverability, rendering it vulnerable to modern man-portable air defense missiles with a survival time of less than 30 seconds. Forcing it into the role of an armed helicopter was a desperate measure under specific historical conditions, and this approach has proven untenable in today's battlefield environment. Could the Mi-17's vast cabin volume be the key to breaking the deadlock? If cleverly configured, its internal space could fully accommodate specialized electronic warfare equipment and operator stations, transforming it into a powerful aerial electronic jamming and suppression platform. In today's electronic warfare-dominated battlefields, especially in combat environments where drones are ubiquitous, a Mi-17 equipped with large-scale, high-intensity electronic suppression capabilities could render an enemy drone swarm instantly deaf and blind, with strategic value that is immeasurable. However, the challenges are equally daunting. A full-spectrum jamming system consumes up to 200 kilowatts of power, equivalent to 4 times the helicopter's original power generation capacity. This requires a complete replacement of the generator and the installation of liquid cooling systems. Modification costs could exceed $5 million per aircraft, nearly equivalent to the residual value of a used Mi-17. Given such high costs, whether the cost-effectiveness holds up to scrutiny remains a matter for careful consideration. Another significant gap lies in search and rescue capabilities. Currently, the Air Force has only approximately 20 Mi-171sh search and rescue variants, which are insufficient to address the vast expanse of the country's territory. Although the Zhi-20 is an ideal platform for search and rescue missions, its production capacity is being squeezed by the strong demand from combat units. If the Mi-17's spacious cabin and mature platform could be utilized with the addition of medical compartments, winches, and infrared detection systems to modify it into temporary or secondary search and rescue helicopters, this could alleviate the urgent shortage of Zhi-20 production capacity. Once combat units are fully equipped with the Zhi-20, these Mi-17s could be gradually replaced by the Zhi-20, achieving optimal resource allocation, a pragmatic approach. Notably, reconnaissance-oriented modifications are quietly emerging as a new lease on life for the Mi-17. Recently leaked photos of the Mi-17V5 modification clearly show a large radar dome has been added to the nose, likely integrating an advanced active phased array radar with a detection range exceeding 80 kilometers. A third-generation electro-optical turret has been added below, capable of laser ranging and missile guidance. Such sensors have relatively manageable sizes and impose significantly lower power supply and cooling requirements on the platform compared to large electronic warfare systems, making the Mi-17 platform more than capable of accommodating them. The modified Reconnaissance type Mi-17, leveraging its long endurance, strong payload capacity, and stable low-altitude performance, can conduct large-scale, sustained battlefield surveillance and intelligence collection in complex terrain, effectively filling the perception gaps left by satellites and high-speed reconnaissance aircraft. Its value extends far beyond reconnaissance alone. The Reconnaissance type Mi-17 can seamlessly integrate with artillery calibration tasks. While drones are widely used in artillery calibration, helicopters offer superior survivability, more agile low-altitude maneuverability, direct battlefield situational awareness, and robust real-time communication relay capabilities, making them an ideal complement to drones. Especially in high-altitude canyon regions, helicopters can utilize terrain to evade radar, continuously providing terminal guidance for long-range rocket artillery, compressing fire response time to within 3 minutes, an advantage fixed-wing reconnaissance aircraft cannot match. Globally, the Mi-17's transformation path has many parallels. Hungary, despite introducing the Airbus H145M, has explicitly stated that the Mi-17 and Mi-24 will be used for as long as possible. India, despite cancelling an order for 48 Mi-17V5s and shifting toward domestic production, still relies on its over 240 operational Mi-17s to play a crucial role along its borders. These cases all illustrate the same truth: the value of equipment lies not in its age, but in its ability to precisely match battlefield requirements. For China, converting 400 Mi-17s into reconnaissance sentinels is far more aligned with the concept of integrated combat operations than blindly pursuing full-scale Zhi-20 modernization. When calculating the economic costs, the Mi-17's life extension modification is more compelling. A used Mi-17 has a residual value of approximately $3 million, with reconnaissance modification costing $3 million, totaling $6 million, whereas a new Zhi-20 reconnaissance variant costs over $20 million. This means that the budget for one Zhi-20 could modify 3 reconnaissance type Mi-17s, creating a numerical advantage in terms of coverage and sustained surveillance capabilities. Moreover, the Russian-made TV3-117 engine has a major overhaul cycle of 1,500 hours and still has a reliable maintenance support system. After comprehensively weighing technical difficulty, modification costs, platform compatibility, and battlefield requirements, transforming the Mi-17 into a dedicated reconnaissance target acquisition platform is becoming the most feasible and promising, optimal solution at present. This not only revitalizes existing equipment, but also precisely addresses the specific capability requirements of our military. Although the specific scale of the modification, and whether it will be supplemented by other approaches, remain to be seen, the Mi-17 series, with its inherent platform value and large inventory, is far from reaching the end of its service life. When these veteran aircraft, equipped with new radars, sweep across border valleys, and when they illuminate target coordinates for long-range rocket artillery, what we witness is not merely the rebirth of equipment, but a great power's reverence for resources and respect for history. In the journey toward military strength, not a single gram of steel will be wasted.